experiences. I take a lot of lesson learned, best practices from the region, and how we can share the different localization in practice. The thing that I need to build on is also partnership among this region, because we have a lot of experiences, and by knowing all participants, it's also building up the partnership and sharing localization.
Before coming over here, it was quite a general subject for us, that is the grand bargain. But with this interactive session, we have learned a lot. We got massive information about the localization concept, and we will ensure that we will go and practice this and incorporate this teaching and understandings in our future concepts and project in our own country. Thank you very much.
Coming to this regional conference on localization has been a very enlightening experience for me, especially to learn more about what's happening in the other region, especially in the Asian region and the other countries. And
one of the things that I found very interesting is that I found out about that NGO consortiums and also pool funding, which I found it very interesting, which we don't have it in Mongolia. I think we should try to organize the pool fund techniques in Mongolia.
Localization is a broader term, and we are trying to open that bucket, and we are trying to discuss some of the major issues that arises when we work with a local organization, international organization, inter-government organization, government and donors.
Hopefully we are work together, and this sort of regional conference in terms of localization is very important, and it's a demand of time. I hope everybody will go to their homeland and try to implement our idea that we gather from this conference.
And it's very important that gender equality and women's empowerment get really the attention it needs. And that's why, as part of the localization preparations, we organized a separate meeting one day before this regional Asia-Pacific conference. And we discussed with women's organizations, bring our best practices, because we think it's very important, for example, that funds that will go more and more as part of the commitment to Grand Bargain to local organizations also reach women's organizations.
It's very fruitful for me to join this conference, and I hope I will take back a lot of experience and share from our member colleagues here to get back to my country. I hope it will be enjoy for this meeting and very successful for the conference.
We'll conduct this type of workshop in Nepal also, because this helps to localize these localization issues. We'll make civil society common task force committee, and we will conduct regular meeting and develop national plan of action and also advocacy plan, and also we conduct different level of dialogues within civil society, with government, with bilateral, multilateral and INGOs level and local level. We call
this conference highlight the inclusion issues, and marginalized issues, and disaster affected the more marginalized community like Dalit community, single women.
From the conference, I have learned so many things in regional level, understanding and localization and humanitarian action, for support, and in Grand Bargain also.
It's reassuring to know that some of the discussions and activities, discussions and the key outcomes that are emanating from all the plenary session has called for a shift of power, and that's something, a shift in terms of the localization to empower the local actors more.
We want better services for affected populations, and that includes at least 50% women. And we know unless there are women in decision-making structures, women's representation at all the different levels, that accountability to all affected populations, including women, is not happening in the right and effective way. We're really trying to change the system by pushing for gender equality in an intersectional way, because we had in our discussions we wanted to have a feminist approach, intersectional, so that we also can have an inclusive approach, including disabled women, but all disabled, marginalized groups like Dalits. We had an organization from Nepal working especially from the perspective of Dalit women. Also young women, very often excluded in situations where the elders speak and the young ones should be silent. And LGBTI community, because they are also needing a voice and truly need to be included in the localization agenda.
This is a learning for me as a national organization, local organization from India, that what is this grand bargain all about, and what is that we are bargaining to the global platforms, and how these national actors are going global with the support of other agencies. But the key takeaways from here would be that what are the national, the localization agenda is not only the organizational aspects, it's a convergence approach towards localizing the humanitarian aid. Thank you.
Localisation is a really critical issue in the Pacific and with our Pacific partners, where they are dealing with a range of natural disasters and frequent national disasters, and are often really struggling in between in terms of accessing funding and the quality of partnerships. Localisation has been a really important approach to bridge that conversation around what good partnership means in that context, and how Australian Red Cross can really support them in their endeavours around longer term sustainability and encouraging greater resilience in their work.
So we are looking forward for a better solutions, effective response, and more efficient response for the community.
We need actions on the ground, especially in the Pacific region, to actually carry out our work. Thank you.